I was around 10 or 11 years old when Shadow of the Colossus came into my life. Back then, the PlayStation 2 was already home to some of the most legendary titles ever released. We had Final Fantasy X, Metal Gear Solid 3, Kingdom Hearts, Devil May Cry, games that were rich, cinematic, full of music, color and noise. And then, there was this quiet one, this strange, lonely title with no traditional enemies, no bustling towns, no upbeat soundtrack, just a boy, his horse, and the wind. It was like nothing else in the industry at that time, and maybe that was exactly what I needed. I was still in school, a kid who felt everything a little too deeply. There was a kind of sadness I carried with me, not dramatic, but constant. I didn't always know where I belonged, and video games, they gave me a space that I needed. I remember discovering Shadow of the Colossus almost by accident. It didn't scream for attention, it whispered. And when I first stepped into that world, something changed. There was no music guiding me, just the sound of Agro's hooves, the rustling of grass, the distant cries of birds. It felt sacred, almost like I wasn't supposed to be there. Even as a child, I could feel that this game was about something more. It was about longing, about doing the impossible for someone you loved, and about paying the price. In the mid-2000s, most games rewarded you for action. Kill the boss, get stronger, clear the level, unlock cutscene, do more, win more. That was the loop, and we were trained to expect it. But Shadow of the Colossus didn't give me that dopamine hit. Its victory left you feeling a little worse, a little more hollow. It stood out in a time where everything else was louder, faster, and more explosive. It asked for your patience, your stillness, your willingness to sit with sorrow. That age, I didn't have the language to explain what I was feeling. But I knew it wasn't joy when the Colossus fell. It was guilt, and that feeling stayed with me. I'm in my 30s now, and I've come back to Shadow of the Colossus many times over the years. Each time, it hits differently. As a kid, I thought Wonder was a hero. I saw him as brave, determined. But as an adult, I see him as something else. I see him as broken, desperate, willing to give up everything for a dream he couldn't let go of. And that's when the game started teaching me new things. It's one thing to love someone, it's another thing to lose them. But it's something else entirely to try and reverse that loss, at any cost. Wonder couldn't accept fate, he couldn't sit with his grief, so he tried to rewrite the rules. And what I've realized as I've grown older is that sometimes trying to fix everything only leads to losing yourself. The beauty of Shadow of the Colossus is that it never tells you how to feel. It just shows you the consequences. And as I've navigated my own adult life, through love, loss, through failure and hope, I keep coming back to the same question. What am I willing to give up to make something right? And is it worth it? This game doesn't give you answers. It just gently reveals that every decision, especially the ones driven by pain, have weight. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is just let go. Shadow of the Colossus is a quiet masterpiece. It didn't win every award, it wasn't a blockbuster, but it stayed in hearts, in memories, in late night thoughts when the world feels too heavy. It taught me that silence can be more powerful than sound, that minimalism can be more moving than spectacle, and that the deepest stories don't need many words. Now, I finally understand what this game was trying to say. that love is powerful, but it can become a curse when we are not ready to let go. That sacrifice isn't always noble, and that every giant we take down comes with a cost. I still think about Wonder, and I think about the person I was when I first met him. A quiet kid looking for meaning, and a grown man now, still learning how to live with the things I can't change. What did you learn from Shadow of the Colossus? If this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for being here. This is That Ambient Gamer, and until next time, take care of yourselves.